Hey everyone, I hope y'all had a great Thanksgiving. It's the end of November and our budget for November is over, and I'm gonna go over, since I posted my last video of how we're doing our November budget, I figured I might as well follow up with a recap of how it went. I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna do this every month. We're almost done with baby step 3, and so I just don't know how interesting it can be when you're after baby step 3. I think it will, I don't know exactly how it's gonna go. You guys can tell me what you like to see. I know it's not as exciting as paying off debt. I'm thinking maybe I'll still do like a budget recap at the end of each month, maybe just talk about budgeting things, how it went, and things that are on our mind and what's new or what's changed about our budget. I don't know. You guys can tell me what you're interested in. I just don't feel comfortable talking about our income all the time, especially like I said in our last video with people we know watching, but I will show how it turned out this month. I had a lot of positive feedback on my last video, so thank you guys. I'm glad you enjoyed it. If I didn't respond to your comment, I'm really sorry, but I do appreciate all the comments and I read them all, so thank you again. So let's get started. I just printed out the final spreadsheet. That's the one I showed you in my last video, and this was the final one. Like I said, I highlight everything in yellow. Somebody told me of the program that you can use to show stuff on your computer, but I haven't got around to checking into that, so this is the best I can do for now. The only thing that changed about our income was I told y'all that Jared was going to get a big commission check at the end of the month. We just weren't for sure on the exact number, so that's why I hadn't included it. Yes, it was a lot. His commission checks are not usually that big. They were like this at the end of the year last year also, which is what really helped us get out of debt at the end of last year. So he's just been doing really good at work. So November and December he'll get some big ones, but then he starts over in January. His quota is being increased. He's really nervous about it. But that also, it's going to mean more work for him, but that's also going to mean a chance for him to bring in more money, which is a good thing. But anyways, this is what he ended up getting in commission. So the only thing that changed was our tithe went up, which is exciting for us to be able to do that because our church is in the process of trying to raise money to build a bigger building because we really need it. So when we can contribute that much, it's really exciting for us. Jojo ended up not going to daycare 1 week, so that saved us $70. But I think all of our bills stayed the same. I know I told you about our AT&T bill in my last video, which was a lot, but like I said, we took it down to the very basic. So like for December, our bill is only like $85, I think. And for everything else, we like stuck to our budget better than we ever have before. I don't know why. I think the taking cash out helped. And let's see, we stuck to our grocery budget, $500. We actually only spent probably like $450 and still had some cash left over, but we used that on things like eating out. When we got back home from Vegas, we picked up some food and different things like that. Gas, we only spent $85, which is pretty cool, but we were gone for a few days on vacation. Jared spent $290 on himself. I stuck to my $100 budget. Restaurants, we did not go over $200. Gifts, still got a little bit of cash left in my gift envelope, but I still have one more gift to buy. And then of course the cars. See, everything balanced out to $0. And I think even because we got the big commission check, I went ahead and contributed to our CSA, and it's a good thing I did because I need to pay for next season. He's already taking orders for next season, so I'm about to have to pay for that. Our miscellaneous, we budget $100 a month for, and we spent $63 on just random stuff. Let's see, that's what I put the comments in for. It's had McDonald's, milk, shipping, we had to ship a package. Jojo got sick, so we had to go to CVS, got some coffee, Starbucks, so just little things like that. And after getting his big commission, we decided to put $3,000 of it towards our baby step 3. We didn't contribute any to the Hill and Valley fund that I was telling y'all about in the last video, which is our backup emergency savings for like when he doesn't, the months when we don't get any commission or don't get enough. But we know that he's getting another big check at the end of December, so that's why we didn't worry about that. We want to just get baby step 3 out of the way. And like I told y'all, our goal for baby step 3 was $17,000, so now we have about $15,800, so we're almost there. We should be able to fill it by the end of December, and we'll be done with baby step 3, and we'll be on baby step 4 and 5. Jared's already been looking into the ESA. You can do up to $2,000 a year, so we already wrote the check actually for $2,000 to contribute to it for this year. And so yeah, that's really exciting. Vegas went well. We stuck to our budget, and see, I keep all kinds of notes on my spreadsheet. We spent exactly what we took, and we did some fun things that we don't normally do. Like we saw a pretty expensive show, and we ate a nice fancy dinner, just us two. So we didn't spend all our money on gambling. But there, yeah, I don't know what else to say. There's our budget for the month of November. It went well. Came under budget, $104, which is pretty cool. Hi, what you doing? You playing? You helping me budget? I have one more thing to say. I'll try to make it quick. And I just want to say this to you guys because I feel like you guys will understand more than anybody. Whenever Jared got paid this big chunk of change, and I looked in the account that day, like, you know, in our bank account we have a few different accounts. We've got our checking, we've got our baby step 3 emergency fund, we've got our sinking funds, and then our other backup emergency fund, and you know, it will tell you like the total of all those. And you know, I see that all the time, but I don't ever think anything of it. But whenever he got paid that day, and I opened our account and was looking, and I saw the amount that we have in there all together, and like it just hit me. I mean, I know that was a lot, but even before that, it was a lot. It never hit me, hey, look how much money we have in our checking account, and that's all ours. And I couldn't believe it when I really looked at the number. I'm not going to say what it is because that's just TMI. But like, I just couldn't believe how much it was, and that's ours that we get to keep. And I don't know why it just hit me that day, but it did. And I was like really excited. My heart was beating, and I wanted to talk to Jared about it, but he had just left. Bless you. He had just left to go with JoJo to have a play date with someone. So I had to wait till we got home, and I was like, Jared, we have this much money in our account. And we just kind of sat there and smiled at each other. And I don't know, when I first saw it, my first thought was, well, that's a lot, but we're not gonna get to keep it all. You know, it's gonna go out to pay off stuff. But then I was like, wait, no, it's not. That's ours to keep, and it's gonna keep growing. And hey, I mean, yeah, it's gonna go to pay bills and things like that, but it's still gonna keep growing. And I don't know why it just hit me, and I was so excited, and I couldn't believe it. And I just never thought that we would have this much money. And I mean, yeah, it's set aside for certain things, like the emergency fund, $17,000 we're gonna have in there, and we're not gonna touch it unless it's an emergency. But like, it just made me feel like I need to quit maybe being so uptight. I mean, we definitely need to keep budgeting and plan for things and stick to it, but I don't know, I just realized, hey, we're okay, we're good. Jared realized he needed to quit worrying, because he worried a lot about, you know, us being on one income and all this stuff, and his job. And when he looks at that amount in our account, he realizes that he can quit worrying so much. You know what I mean? So it's just really cool to see where our hard work has gotten us, and it's exciting because we used to have almost $100,000 in debt. Now our net worth is just growing, and so just everything that Dave teaches is true. I mean, you don't have to agree with everything he says, but I just wanted to share that with y'all because I knew that you guys would understand, and I'm so excited for you guys. Can't wait for all y'all to be debt free and get to see this happen to y'all. And we're teaching FPU coming up soon in January, and so we're really pumped up about that, and we just want this for everybody. We know people who have done the Dave Ramsey thing and they've gotten out of debt, but then they go back into it. And I went to Jared yesterday and I'm like, why do you think we're so passionate about it and we stay out of debt? We know we're not going to go back into debt, even for silly little things, because I know it's tempting sometimes to get on a payment plan when it's 0% interest or whatever, but that's not for us. We're not going to do that. We can just pay cash for stuff, but we also know people who can pay cash for stuff, but they'll still go into the debt again. And I went to him yesterday and I was like, why are some people like that? They go through FPU, they get out of debt, and then they go back into debt, and why are we so passionate about it and we're not going to go back into debt? And I just think it's weird, and I wish that people would realize how stupid it is to go back into debt when I don't know, you just need to build your wealth, build your net worth, and your family's future, get all that covered, instead of getting payments again, paying other people for stuff. Pay yourself. That's the way to go. Right, Jordy? I think the point is when I saw that, we're not rich people, but I felt rich and I felt so content, and like it was just a really good feeling. I don't know how to describe it, and I can't wait for that for all of you who are trying to get out of debt. And like, I'm just so happy for y'all, and I'm so thankful for YouTube, because I know that has been a big help in us for staying motivated and for sticking to it. So thank you guys, and let me know how November went for y'all and how your budget's going, how your debt-free journey's going, and thank you for watching. Talk to you later.